Today, Worldwide Achievers and Global Media Hub are celebrating their second Indo-Arab Leaders Summit Awards 2022 and Global Media Fashion League. To talk about Worldwide Achievers. Worldwide Achievers is a dynamic global analytical company providing research analysis and rating services with sustainable competitive advantage arising from our strong brand, unmatched credibility, leadership across businesses, and large customer base. They deliver analysis, opinions, and solutions that make them function better. Worldwide Achievers comprises talent research professionals and community research specialists working together as a group. They work for a large range of clients both in the public and private sectors, including non-profit organizations. They are committed to customer satisfaction with valid, reliable, and feasible information so that they make good business decisions. Now to talk about Global Media Hub. Global Media Hub is a well-experienced event management firm which has been operational for the past 4 years in UAE and India. They have conducted many award ceremonies, conferences, movie promotions, movie production, and celebrity shows all around India and UAE. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to commence with the summit. In order to start with the summit, let me invite on the stage the moderator for the summit, Dr. Vinod Vidhudi, who is the Vice President of Worldwide Achievers. A huge round of applause for Dr. Vinod Vidhudi. We have a round of applause once again, please. Thank you for joining us as the moderator, sir. He's an expert in training people from all over the world. He has already trained top managers, CEOs, entrepreneurs. And now I'd like to invite the speakers. Firstly, we have Dr. Alok Sharma, who's the chairman of NeuroGen Brain and Spine Institute. A huge round of applause for Dr. Alok Sharma. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause. Thank you for joining us, sir. Secondly, we have Mr. Dipendu Das, the General Manager of Bihar Foundry and Castings Limited. Mr. Dipendu Das. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Next, we have Mr. Sunil Pathare, the Chairman and Managing Director of VIP Clothing Limited. Let us make all of them feel very welcomed as we applaud for them when they're coming onto the stage. Thank you for joining us, sir. And finally, we have Mr. Navneet Jain, the CEO of Vardhaman Composites India. Mr. Navneet Jain. Requesting all of you to be seated, sir.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start the Indo-Arab. It's not leaders. It's not about achievers. It's all about the real bonding between Arab and India. If you see, we are naturally bounded a mainstream people who love each other, who care each other, and who really accept each other culture, each other religion, and we love and respect both sides. This is the main reason why this second Indo-Arab Leaders Summit Award, whom we say leader who really lead the country, community, society, and humanity. So now, let's go together and we discuss today our topic, what step must the government take to ensure steady long-term growth? Can manufacturing be the foundation of Indian future growth? And what will Indian industry look like in 2030? This topic is very, very important and very, very close to both cultures, Arabic cultures and Indian culture. So may I request the mic, please? So we'll start with Navneet ji. So Navneet Jain ji का वेलकम हम करेंगे. तो अभी वेलकम क्लैप से करना चाहिए हमें. Why I am saying from heart to heart, and clap should be in a rhythm. So let's do a small magic with clap. Start with 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Please. Thank you very much, Jain Saab.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a joy to be here at this forum of Indo-Arab Leadership Summit. Thank you, Worldwide Achievers, for giving such a platform. And it's really a nice topic, which is a very close topic to my heart, in fact. We are basically an industrial family manufacturing since last more than 2-3 decades. But as Sir told that what would be the manufacturing scope of Indian companies in the coming years and how we see India by 2030. We all know that India is one of the best manufacturing hubs and has been accredited at the 2nd ranking worldwide. Now, the world is eyeing on India as the major global manufacturing hub. We have few things which are needed to become a global manufacturing hub. And I think all of you would be, a little bit knowing that why manufacturing is required and how manufacturing is required. For India, the plus points are that we have a pool of good engineers, which creates a good manufacturing hub. As in India, we have the youngest sales and labor force available at a half the cost of China. So these are some of the things, and plus the kind of consumption what India have, I should say that anything which is produced or manufactured in India could be very easily sellable, and India has a huge future by 2030. Thank you.
If we'll clap, then the morale and thought process will go more deeper. Let's make clap 3 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right? Go. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jain, what his experience, what he is forecasting, what the young India is thinking, because India is going to be the youngest country in the world. So that is perfectly, this is the right time to make the youth Indians more skilled, more practical. The same question with the CMD VIP, and VIP is a very important. And Sunil Pathare ji is in between us, and I think so less and more everybody Indian know that VIP undergarments is one of the top. So with a round of big claps, welcome Shri Sunil Pathare ji.
Good evening. I think if the question what was been raised, like what should government do to improve the economy of the country, I'll share my views, and I'm sure most of the panelists who are sitting here with me also must be having the same views. Foremost, I think, is one of the most challenging problem is the inflation rate, which should be controlled what I feel, and volatility which happens sometimes due to this, which disturbs the economy, I would say. That is the most challenging role which the government should play into. Second, one thing which I feel is creation of jobs is and opportunities is what should be looked into. If I keep on adding more things, is the important thing also comes in is education system also needs a lot of things, which needs a change in syllabus, change also the pride for the country, what needs to be brought in always, and especially into generation Z, I would say, which also needs to be brought in. That needs to be also, the education levels needs to be also changed. And healthcare systems in the country, that is also needs a lot of facilities to be developed. We had seen in past couple of years what has gone through across the world. And yes, of course, India did a lot of things better into this, but there are a lot more facilities which needs still, so that any kind of challenges which comes in future, India is future ready. And I think that's one of the most important thing which India needs to look into. So there are a number of lists such as thing, but I think these are the top 4 which comes to my mind, as if today I thought for the new India, what comes into 2030, how India looks in, because India is one of the youngest country which average Indian age is at 29, as against China, which is 37, and against Japan, which is 49. So I think if you look at young India, which is the youngest in the world, and I think India has a very strong potential to grow in that terms.
Thank you very much. So let's have a one fun in clap. Mr. Pathare give us an idea that we are young and we are going to be a game changer, because youth can construct this world and youth can destruct this world. Youth have that empowerment. If they have properly skilled, they can go at the top. For Sunil Pathare ji will do a one beautiful and a special clap for him that is called thanks clap. Would you like to enjoy that? So it's very simple. First you have to see, then implement your brain, and finally execution. Right? Right? It's one-sided, not classroom. We are sitting here to share your and our views. Your participation is very important, right? Thank you very much. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and thanks. Are you ready? So thanks clap, go. Thank you very much. So this is the novelty. This is what the young India and young Arabic people want. Innovation. Innovation in all sides. Their thinking process, their thought process, they will thinking for earning money, but same time they are thinking about a good health and good wealth. So health is the one of the most prominent part, and this new age where the innovation in the healthcare delivery system, healthcare tourism, and medical informatic India. Because as so far I understand, I think so, my friends from the UAE, they know that more than 70% the Indians are who are into the healthcare industry here in UAE, and many people from here to join India as to be their best healthcare partner. So I am sitting with Honorable Dr. Alok Sharma ji. He is from the capital of economy, India, Mumbai. So what a doctor and a Mumbaiker think about that, sir? Please.
Thank you. Once again, I'd like to thank the organizers for arranging this wonderful program. The recent pandemic showed us, highlighted, and focused the importance of health, because without health, there is no wealth, there is no prosperity, there is nothing. We realized that when we were locked up in our homes and where the world had come to a shutdown. So the focus over the last 2 years has been about health. And health is one area where India has always shown leadership. From prehistoric times, where original surgical work was described by Shushruta and Charaka, to more modern times. You walk into any hospital in the United States of America or England or any in the Middle East, you will find Indian doctors, because Indian doctors have a combination of excellent professional skills, but also warmth and caring. It is very important in the health field that there be caring and compassion. And this is what we combine: intelligence, skill, and caring. Again, in the recent lockdown, we showed that when it came to vaccine production, India showed leadership. We produced among the largest vaccines, and they were among the earliest to start production. Same thing, drugs for COVID, like hydroxychloroquine. We were among the largest manufacturers of the same. So, together, both India and the United Arab Emirates, as well as all the Middle East countries, together, we can work forward in many unique ways. I personally, I'm a neurosurgeon, and what I have done is I have innovated a new treatment that did not exist before. This is called stem cell therapy. This is a kind of cellular therapy. This is earlier, there was only there were drugs and there were operations. And we've evolved a treatment called cellular therapy. This treatment evolved from Asia. It evolved from India, China, Korea, and Japan. All other treatments come to us from the West. But stem cell therapy was pioneered in India and in Asia. Now, what is the usefulness of stem cell therapy? There are many conditions for which there were no cures, like children who have autism, children who have cerebral palsy, who have intellectual disability. There are kids who cannot speak, they can't go to a normal education system, and there is a very large number of these children in all our Middle Eastern countries. Up to now, there was no cure for them, but we have shown from India that using stem cell therapy, all these conditions can be treated and can be reversed, with the result that we have had patients come to us from 70 different countries. When I was a medical student, people went from India to America for treatment. And now that I'm a doctor, people from 70 different countries have come to my hospital in India for treatment. So we are now showing the West the way. And it is very important for all of us to realize that in the last few years, the axis of economy, of medical health, of manufacture, industry, science is shifting from the West to the East. We need to recognize this. We need to inspire and motivate a younger generation. We need to remove the shackles and the limitations they had, because in Asia and Africa, we've had this kind of thing that whatever comes from the West is the best. That, my friends, is no longer true, because now what is coming from Asia is the best, and the West is now following us. So we have very clearly shown that we have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe in our skills, in our talent, in our intelligence, in our entrepreneurship. And when we do that, then the world follows what we do. In the field of stem cell therapy, we've shown that. The world's first scientific paper on stem cell therapy in autism was published by us. The second paper came from China, the third from Italy, and the fourth and fifth came from America. This is a race that we are winning way ahead of the Western countries. Same thing is true of intellectual disability and muscular dystrophy. Another very exciting field that we are developing, which will be of interest to all of you, is the field of anti-aging. Yes, you heard me right. There is a new exciting field called anti-aging, and now we have a dedicated hospital to that. It was believed that with age, you keep on aging and nothing can be done to slow it down. But medical technology using integrative therapy, cellular therapy, has shown scientifically that you can not only slow but halt the aging process, adding years to life and life to years. And anti-aging therapy is a combination of traditional Eastern therapies and thought and modern Western technology. And combining these, now there is scientific evidence of how the aging process can actually be reversed. All this work is coming from India and Asian countries. So that's it to all the younger people here. Believe in ourselves, and whatever you feel about strongly, follow it, okay? And don't go by what the rest of the world says. Just do what you believe in, follow your heart, success will automatically follow. Thank you.
Clap. Very, very special clap for such an energetic, informative, and such a valuable words from the Dr. Alok Sharma ji. And I tell you, we are a closely bounded, the two different but a similar thought process, guys, that we are Asian. And Asian people, when the West did not know wear the dresses, we are running the universities. So it's just only to be, we forget this. Why we forget this? Because we are not following what we are. We are starting following West. I give you one small example. Just asking one question. Anybody who is sitting here can speak live with his father? I think so, no. If you caught by your father, then again you lie? I think so, never. And finally, in the final stage, you laugh on your father after lying. Is it possible? No. But yes, we are giving the first prick of knowledge to our kids. Just simple, Johnny, Johnny. Johnny, Johnny. Eating sugar. Telling lie. Open your mouth. This way, they cut our thought process from our roots. That's why West is looking best. But if will come again on roots, will follow again on our roots, so we are the best. Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. And for Dr. Saab, 3 times. Thanks, clap, go. Thanks, thanks, thanks. 3 times. Thanks, thanks, thanks. Thanks, thanks, thanks. 3 times, when you speak something 3 times, it will be the permanent. So thank you very much, Dr. Saab, for inspiring the whole people, Indo-Arab, here sitting with you. And now, we are talking about youth. We are talking about the health. But how the youth, health, development, production, everything is possible. It's only when we people are skilled. Skill is very important. So technical skill or soft skill, what make a candidate a job ready? This is very important to discuss on this platform, because every youth who is going to be a young anywhere, any part of the world, the job surety is very compulsory. So I am requesting Bihar Foundry and Casting Limited, the head of the marketing, Mr. Das is with us. So just welcome him with a clap.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dipendu Das, and I'm representing Bihar Foundry and Castings Limited. We are a producer of ferroalloys. Those of you who are not aware of this product, it is basically used in steel production. So with iron ore or with scrap, we add something into it, and it is ferroalloys. We are mainly into manganese alloys. So cutting things short, About our company, like we are 50 years old company. Right now we are producing around 100,000 metric tons every year, and most of our material are being exported into Asia, Europe, Latin America, Middle East. So that was a kind of achievement we have done. We are now one of the top 10 exporters of ferroalloys from India. Consecutively, like for last 6 months, we are in top 10. Having said that, about the future of the world or the future of India with the kind of technology we have, I see, there is a very bright thing that I see in the future. Like you people can ask why and what. I would look at, say, 50 years back, what India was, and now I will look at today's scenario, and this will give us the idea of what we are going to be in next 20 years or 30 years or 50 years. The best thing we have is we have a large, I would say, large army of young and educated people in the world. I think we are the largest after China. So we have that kind of army, and our army is young. So in next 50 years, what India is going to achieve, it will be difficult for others to get there, even by by a mile or something like that. So my overview about the Asian countries and the future of Asia is very clear. Asian countries together, we need to come together, act together, and we are the best. Like the Asian continent is going to be the best continent in the world in next 10 years. We will achieve that milestone. And I'm not a good speaker, I know that. So I will cut my speech short. Thank you very much for giving me the chance.
For sir is clap, clap, clap. Thank you, Dasa. This is what a speaker can speak according to the words he know to play. But a motivator, an experienced person is tell you about what is the reality of life. So why we choose you people to sit here, and this is going to be a live, and after there is a episode, international telecast on Aaj Tak and as well as G Business. Because most of the entrepreneurs, youth, they all together can make the magic, but this is possible only when the skills are available. If our youth is not with skills, it's no use. So again, I am asking with Sunil Pathareji, the technical skill and soft skill, because what we are using every day, everybody is putting his eyeballs maximum on the screen of mobile also. It's also changing the world. The same Dr. Saab told that this scenario of COVID changed the way of world. The same, this mobile also changed our thinking process, our thought process. So how this technically and soft skills is very important for the youth, for their job surety. This is very important, sir.
I think it's a very interesting question for today's youth, I would say, whether the question whether it's a technical skills are required more or soft skills. I would say it's a perfect balance and blend which is required. Today's youth, as rightly said, they are onto this mobile and apps, and like we are a 51 years old company, and the way of doing business, what my father used to do, or what today I do, or what my son looks at, it's totally different. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. It's a time, what is required and how do we implement that. But today's youth, when they are into this digital world, I would say, and India is digitally future ready, it's important, like, like how do we use these skills into the business? How do we use the skills into the best way and form into the best way of doing business currently? For example, like for the salesman, when a company salesman used to go out 30 years back or 40 years back, it used to be, with a bag in his hand or something like that. But today, with modern technology, I would say what today's youth think, they had completely changed the systems of how you can do a selling to a retail market or to the modern world, or electronically how you can reach number of outlets. It's a totally different world, I would say. There are softwares which has been developed like field assist softwares, or there are softwares like selling skills softwares which youth look like. So I would say today's youth, instead of going on the net and watching movies or something, if they utilize this time for bringing change, I think India is going to change digitalization very much, because in future, it's not only physical thing, digitalization is going to change, but also in a modern world, I think even we are going to connect it to across the globe with different countries. And this is going to be very important features where I think youth is going to play a very important role. And India, I said, which is at average age is 29 years, and we have a youth population, I think it's going to be very important, the youth to have soft skills as well as technical knowledge with it in a balanced way, I would say. So my view is a balanced platform is going to help to the youth.
So clap. I think so this time we are talking about skill. And recently when we start this event, we are going to learn a skill of clapping. So now you understand already 3-4 type of clap. Now for skill level, if you asked this thing with me, so I know 80 type of claps. How many? 80? 80. So let's start with third one is rain clap. Just see and start with me. With 2 fingers. With 3, 4. And again 2 and 1. It's called rain clap. You feel the same sound of rain. For next, the skill. Yes. Skill is very important, but skill is important when there is a need, there is a necessity. So Indo-Arab is planning to make a bridge, like you have the superstore in UAE or anywhere in Sharjah, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ajman, Fujairah, anywhere. So if you want a good, trained, skilled, the IT guy or good employee, so through Zoom, we'll start a complete digital classes. We'll tell them the rule and regulations, which is going to be helpful them before coming here. So this is absolutely right what Pathare Saab says, that yes, skill is important. It's very simple. A youth without skill is like a pen without ink. So if pen didn't have the ink, so he's not going to write anything. So I am continuing the same with Jain Saab, that how important this tourism industry, especially in health sector. Because when you see, we have the Kashmir, where you have a wonderful weather. In summers, you will go there and get the fragrance of Diyar, fragrance or the best plantation and herbs. If you go in rainy season, in Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, you will get the best treatment. The sir says the regeneration of cells, which already we are doing from the thousands of years. So how you are thinking about these skills are important for this healthcare tourism, please, Jain Saab.
As rightly said by Pathania ji, I would say a youth or a student without an aim is just like a plane without a pilot. Everyone, whether it's a student or a youth or a businessman or a professional, should have an aim in life. And it's very important to understand that until unless we have that trust factor on our youth, which is, yes, the world is digitalized, the world is going into digital platform, but we need to understand that if we trust our youth and we give that kind of an opportunity, definitely things will be good. If we see our forefathers, our fathers, they used to trust us. Whatever we have done, it is only because of their trust. So, we are quite possessive about our children these days, due to which a lot of negative thoughts comes down. But then, yes, the youth is energized towards the digital platform, towards taking the things digitally, and all the scenarios, including sales, marketing, whether it is healthcare marketing or tourism, everything is getting changed, and we could see that change in next few years very soon. But these kind of all healthcare tourisms or anything, we could see that India has become the worldwide destination for medical assistance, for medical checkups, and a lot of tourists from GCC and from various countries are coming to India, because the kind of skill set what India possesses and what the kind of young energetic doctors what India is producing is definitely taking a good stride in the world, and we should appreciate and applaud our country for that. And definitely the young youth is seeing that, and they will be taking to their footprints in the coming future.
So clap. Great. So number 5 clap. Are you ready? Are you ready? Now the energy is there. So this 5th clap, what we are going to be, it's welcome clap. What is that? Welcome clap. Now one of the senior most doctor is sitting with us, and we had a wonderful views on the health and healthcare. So welcoming a guest in a program in a skill way, we'll give a welcome clap. So everybody is ready? Okay. So let's do 3 times. Continue. Ready? Welcome clap, go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the way to make sure everybody's energy is positive. Everybody is thinking in a positive way. When we sing something together, when we pray together, when we'll sit down in a program together, we feel happiness. We feel positivity. We feel something which is going to be regenerate ourselves and motivate us to do something more positive. That is the humanity. That's why we are humans. For that, no caste, no creed, no color, nothing has to be required. No age boundary is there. Only and only the one positive aspect is that be positive. This is the important for life. Now, the most important, the healthcare and tourism industry. It's going to be a future for India. So what makes the youth ready a job surety in that particular area? So we would like to listen from you from deep from the heart what you say before also. What do you think about that, sir?
So first, let me tell you something very interesting about this clapping that you made us do. Now I'm talking medically. Every time you do this, this is a form of acupressure which actually stimulates the brain and changes the brainwave patterns to a happy one. So when you are clapping like this, not only are you clapping for somebody, but you are improving your brainwave patterns. And there's a science to this. So I just want to thank you by doing this. You've made everybody a little happier and healthier, right? So now we were discussing a little bit about skills, and I have a slightly different take on this. I believe skills can be taught, but what can't be taught is attitude. So whenever we have somebody in front of us for a job, more than skills, it is the attitude. And if the attitude of the person doing the job is positive, constructive, is one of dedication, it is purposeful, then this person can be taught skill sets, because they are not very often difficult to teach based on the educational background. So what we have to imbibe in the youth is attitude. Okay, and this is very, very, very important, because countries which have prospered, after World War II, Japan was devastated, all right, completely devastated. And it was the attitude of the people that we have to get up and rise as a company that made Japan a superpower in the 60s and 70s. Germany was finished in the World War, finished. It had been conquered and divided. But the youth, the students, they had an attitude, and Germany became an economic superpower. Two devastated countries became the most powerful countries in the world because of the attitude of the people. And so it is that fundamental attitude that changes things. So if I do one of something, and we have over 1 crore people, over a billion people who do the same thing, that is 1 billion. So there is one clap, and when everybody in India does it, it becomes a billion claps, right? So this is important. We've seen this in different aspects. We've seen this in sports, in industry, in medicine. So we've made this change at the Neurogen Brain and Spine Institute, of which I'm the director. Like, we have shown a reversal of medical tourism. Like I mentioned earlier, instead of people going from India outside, we've treated 12,000 patients from 70 different countries, because we believed in a treatment that the West did not believe in. We initiated and innovated a treatment that did not exist in the developed countries. And today, the developed countries are learning from us how to do it. This is what attitude does. From our attitude, our self-confidence, and our hard work and our dedication, we learn skills from which the rest of the world is learning. So I think this is something that's very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. भरा नहीं जो भावों से बहती जिसमें रसधार नहीं, हृदय नहीं वो पत्थर है जिसमें स्वदेश का प्यार नहीं। रामधारी सिंह दिनकर के ये शब्द भारतीयों से मुझे कहते हुए बहुत ही आनंद हो रहा है। माननीय मंत्री जी हमारे बीच में आ गए हैं, माननीय श्री रामदास अठावले जी, जोरदार तालियों के साथ आपका स्वागत और अभिनंदन। And thank you very much for participating such a wonderful discussion, how to grow the industrial growth, how to make a health as an industry with tourism, and definitely Sunil ji, Jain Saab, and Dr. Saab, thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much. It is always absolutely amazing to listen to people when they're great speakers, isn't it? So now after this